100,000 subscriber milestone. A little over 6 years ago, I started getting more serious about recording videos for YouTube. It started with a few original songs, a few covers and some fingerstyle arrangements. Then in March of 2021, I started playing guitar solos as if other artists had written them. From just solos, we went into songs, often with the rest of the track also stylistically changed. We flipped songs from major to minor, made a solo album, collaborated with some fellow musicians and friends to make even better videos. And now we're here. I thought I'd take a little time to answer some questions you might have about the music or this channel, so let's dive into it. How long have you been playing? Do you have a practice routine? Where do you get your inspiration from? So I've been playing since about 2011, which is 15 years now. I do not really have a set practice routine anymore. I usually just pick up the guitar and play around with some chords and arpeggios or scales till I find something interesting or an interesting riff that I might want to work on. Or if I'm learning a song, I'll try to play it slowly at first and then build up the speed till I can play it properly. Musically, my sources of inspiration are kind of the same way. I try not to stick with a genre just because I feel like I owe it to that genre or the artist. Sometimes I'll be listening to blues from the 60s for a week, and the next week it could be 80s synth rock, and the week after that it could be a modern day guitarist. I think it's important to stay open to all sorts of inspiration that might come, and it'll help you grow as an artist. How'd you get into Stevie Ray Vaughan? I already dove in this question a while ago on another Q&A, but I started listening to John Mayer when I was about 17, and from there I went into Stevie Ray Vaughan because online I kept seeing comments about how John Mayer's more bluesy stuff sounded a lot like Stevie Ray Vaughan. So I got into it through that, and then I started looking up Stevie Ray Vaughan's live videos on YouTube, and I bought some CDs which I had on repeat for months. I was looking up live versions of Texas Flood and Rude Mood, and his versions of Voodoo Child and Little Wing. Safe to say it left a really big impression on me, and I focused on that a lot during those years. What are your thoughts on B.B. King? To me, B.B. King is just one of the greats of the blues, my favorite of the three kings, personally. He's the reason I bought my semi-hollow body Epiphone. And if you haven't already, you should check out the song Sweet 16 live in Kinshasa in 1974. It's a really, really great performance by him, which showcases both his vocal ability and his guitar playing ability. Who would you consider to be an overrated guitarist and an underrated guitarist? So I find it a little bit odd to dive into overrated and underrated because it's very genre dependent, like a well-known jazz guitarist could be completely unknown to a punk rock fan, for example. So I'll just try to name a few guitarists that have inspired me over the years. Ariel Posen. Ariel is a super versatile guitarist with a great understanding of groove and playing in the pocket. He's got a very unique slide guitar style and some great songs to go with it. Mike Campbell. Mike Campbell has contributed guitar to some of my favorite records, including Full Moon Fever and Wildflowers by Tom Petty. He's contributed guitars to most of the American recordings by Johnny Cash. And of course he wrote the demo for Don Henley's Boys of Summer. So just an all-around great guitarist and great songwriter. The Tallest Man on Earth, or Christian Madsen. He was a big influence on me when it comes to fingerpicking. He uses a lot of open tunings and alternative tunings, and that made me change the way I look at the guitar neck because it makes you focus on the notes instead of relying on the shapes that you use in the standard tuning. His fingerpicking style is also very unique and makes for some great songs which he plays effortlessly while also singing. What kind and what year is the guitar you're holding? So this is my Fender Vintera 50s modified Strat two-tone Sunburst. It's made in Mexico in 2019 and I bought it new in 2021, I believe. It's been my main guitar for about 5 years now, and I've used it on many videos that you might have seen, and it's my main guitar for gigs also. Are you hoping to tour the world? For sure. I'm currently working on my second solo album, which I hope will be finished this summer. To tour would require me to get a band together that can and wants to play my music. Would have to rehearse a lot of the songs, so it should be quite locally. I'd have to find people locally for it. So it's still quite a daunting task, but I do really want to do it. So until then, you'll have to deal with the videos that I make at the moment. So that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching and being part of this channel. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one.